about to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. A warm welcome once again to the man standing beside me in the commentary box for this session, Anthony Davidson. Hello, Ant. Excited to get underway?
Yeah, absolutely. I always look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. They probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course. We know that one or two of the teams are looking to do some work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance gains are there to be found.
This first race of the season is always quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well. this lap so far is a 1:26.9.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Hamilton, a Renault, and Fernando Alonso. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly. Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
We don't think you'll have any trouble getting into the next session, so don't push too hard.
Oh, hey, Quim Colome 94. The CM in front.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 26.6.
Alright, into Q3. I'll actually do a clean lap this time.
grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Hamilton, Magnussen and Sebastian Vettel. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join... They say that even a second is an eternity in Formula One, so going 4 winter months with no racing at all has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. I won't be commentating alone today, of course. Nope, I have the honour to share this commentary box with none other than Anthony Davidson. And you and I were talking earlier today about how tight that midfield battle is compared to the last couple of years. Why do you think that is?
Well, I suppose the main reason is simply stability in the regulations. Look at what we had towards the end of the V8 era. In 2012, we had 7 winners in 7 races. We talk about the dominance of Red Bull at that time, but their advantage was rarely more than 2 or 3 tenths of a second. And we've had this current formula now for a couple of years, and that serves to solve any teething troubles with reliability. And let's not forget that these cars are more technical than ever before, so it was always going to take a bit of time for those gaps to come down.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Kevin Magnussen in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso and Raikkonen, a Renault, Hülkenberg, Massa and Roman Grosjean, Gutierrez, Ricciardo, Sergio Perez and Button, Rosberg, Sainz, Daniel Kvyat and Pascal Wehrlein, Ericsson and Nasser, Rio Haryanto and Valtteri Bottas starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Must remember to turn that formation lap off. That was important to us for the pits. Get past Nico. Walking away with this lap. Verstappen's got Nico for third. Ah, who have we got? Who did we get?
The greatest man ever.
Welcome to the stream, Luce.
Yeah, I see that. Why aren't you leading?
Because I'm not. Because I done my usual thing of qualifying for elite.
Yeah, you would. Why is there a massive gap in front of you and a massive gap behind you after just 6 laps?
Well, Hamilton just pulled away from the field. And then when I got in front of Nico, I just pulled away from him. That Mercedes is a bloody weapon around here. It was massively faster than everyone else.
It's just the AI. The AI really quick around Melbourne this year. Also, CM Cologne 94 says hello on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I've seen. I've addressed it. Oh, takes the lead, look at that.
So you've got a 2017 model installed?
Yes, yes I do.
I thought for a moment it was just a livery thing, but I see Vandal on there now.
Yeah, and Hulkenberg's my teammate. I just thought it was worth doing for my second season to actually change it up a little bit. is open, the fridge is open. I've worn these tyres down quite a bit. Oh, yeah, trust that to happen on my fucking inlet. Hamilton's got past me, but where's Verstappen and Hulkenberg?
Stop to go. Stop left in this strategy.
There's Hulkenberg, so Hulkenberg jumped me. But all because of that error down at 12. 11, 12. Bloody hell.
You only try and pit once.
No, I'm on a 2-stop. Finds some Hulkenberg going at it.
Safety car, reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Right, some information on Grosjean. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
You've just killed Carlos Sainz.
He killed himself, mate. It was suicide. This is a tough team battle down here at Renault, mate. Get yourself involved in it at your peril.
You've just hit him like 6 times.
It was... He clipped the back of me.
Yeah, okay, Lewis.
Carlos hit me. Carlos hit me. God, there's debris everywhere at turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, they don't clean that up. Obviously, they changed the drivers and stuff around. They should have edited the physics files and made the cars faster as well.
Yeah. Good driving there, Matt. Had to make up that time I lost it in the first part of the chicane.
Conditions to remain dry for all. We will update you if the outlook changes.
Oh, yeah, hit Hulkenberg again, mate. You just start calling Sergio Perez, I reckon.
Oh, mate, it's a fierce team battle down here.
Okay, gap ahead is 0.6 seconds.
I've almost freaking Maldonado'd it. Hulkenberg hits.
Kevin has come into the pits. Kevin in the pits now.
For the first or second time?
Second.
Tyres aren't lasting really long.
No, it's certainly not realistic to 2017, is it?
It's not even realistic for like 2013. At this rate, it's going to stop like fucking 5 times.
right in front. 4.6 seconds.
Oh, stop! Come on!
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the super softs. Okay, distance to teammate, 21.0 seconds.
I'm gonna come out right around Hulkenberg. I don't know. I hope so. It's going to depend on my next few laps.
What tyres are you going on to?
The softs.
Well, at least it'd be faster.
That's the dream. Hey,
Just got it.
Dutch IDB. Welcome to the stream.
Just gotta live it now. Gotta live that dream.
Yes. Oh man, that was clumsy. Errors are still all over me.
Just be glad you're not driving the other Force India, mate. You'd be dead.
Yep. Oh, freaking hell, Perez! What are you doing, you scrub? Like I'm going to accept that.
Well, I guess that's pretty realistic. I mean, he would do something stupid like that,
I mean, come on.
and then he'd blame you for it.
Gap to car in front is 6.3 seconds.
I'm fighting for a championship here, Sergio. You're not. Go away. Just let us race. Come on, man. Well, that's a good line through there, mate. Pretty low for rear end grip now. Boxing next lap. I think the 100-meter brake mark has gone from turn 13. That's terrific. I reckon if I check the replay, the stroller took it out.
This could be. Oh no, there's no karma because it could be C.
Yeah, mate, the polygon, he's absenteo.
Hamilton's in first place.
Lost time to Bottas merely because of all the stupid half moves Perez tried to put on. Alright, we're gonna box this lap.
box, box, box.
Got me for exceeding track limits there. Yeah, okay. Not all the other places where I've actually been exceeding track limits.
Turn 12. Practically just going straight every lap. But yeah.
Alright, we're in. Hold me on some super softs, boys.
Oh no, they're putting intro on one of the tyres.
3-second pit stop. God, I'm gonna be side by side with Nico.
Look after these tyres now.
Nico hit me.
Finish the race on this compound.
Now it's the reverse. He's on the medium and I'm on the super soft.
Some information on Vettel. They're speeding up again, so I expect they fix whatever the problem was.
Good for them. Did they like a medal?
They would.
Coming for you, Nico.
You've got real damage.
Mate, this isn't iRacing. The cars are far too much fun to drive for it to be iRacing. Oh, what the? God, the physics in this game fucking suck.
That changed pretty quickly.
Oh, look at that. You're in slight contact with another car. Neither of you can deviate from a straight line into the grass. Chasing down Lance Stroll now. Oh, the yellows were out. Oh, Hulk! No, we needed the championship points, mate.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. The distance to the leader is 38.8 seconds.
Oh, Nico had engine failure. Oh, that makes me feel good. Bang! Then I run deep. That's good.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I'm not really catching Stroll fast enough. I don't...
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's boost it.
Ratings 3 for long without much, but do burn it if you need to.
I get the sneaky suspicion that this is going to end up a lot like what Singapore did in my first season, where a whole bunch of cars that didn't make Q3 have one stopped to get ahead of a whole bunch of cars who were in Q3.
Is out of the race.
Said that.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.9 seconds.
Hello, Lancey boy.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And that was easy. Well, tyres are not very good. I was driving very hard trying to catch Stroll. Oh, hey, Sunroku, how are you, man?
If the situation changes, we'll let you know.
Good. I don't think we've spoken via this thing, well, you know, since Baku. So congratulations to you on your countrymen getting onto the podium. I don't think anybody was expecting to see that.
They were, they're lying.
They're the GOAT.
Or it was Marty McFly.
Ah. It was Biff with the almanac. Yeah, it was. It was certainly a heck of a race.
This is your final lap of the race.
Oh, last lap. Tires are pretty bad at this point. Locking up the rears everywhere. Can't even take 5 flat.
The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds.
Yeah, it's the same for me, you know, just doing some of this before that race starts. Although I've got to have some dinner and stuff. I've actually been
Pizza.
working. No, I've actually been working most of the weekend, so in fact all of the weekend. So I'm thankful to have a bit of game time now.
Have you added them all yet?
Yep, done. Stroll's not going to catch me now.
And Queen starts playing in the background.
Don't stop me now. And there we go. P5. That was...
Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Oh, the second best car. I should have done better, but I don't know what happened with the strategy. Like, I was second at the first round of pit stops, and then I modded it, Senraku, so it's updated liveries and drivers and stuff, just to give it a bit of a different feel for my second season.
Where'd you get it from, Race Department?
Yep.
What's it called?
2017 mod. Kimi Raikkonen P4. He wouldn't celebrate like that.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now.
Friggin' Perez on the podium. Yeah, the only thing they didn't do is replace the driver model, so that's Bottas in P2, but obviously it's still Rosberg in the cutscene stuff. He started last. He's P2. He must have one-stopped. Friggin' Perez on the podium. What a G-up. Yeah, well, this is the first race of my second season, so I finished off the first season. Thought I'd get a 2017 mod and then start the second season. So there we go. But yeah, Bottas and Perez both one-stopped to get in front of me. At least I got the fastest lap of the race.
Hey, it's Kimi Raikkonen.
Yep.
Well, I'm a bit spoiled for choice, Crofty.
Driving for Renault now.
Looking down the field, no one really jumps out at me to make me.
So Bottas started 15th. Perez started 13th. Nico retired from the race. He had an engine failure. Ricardo retired.
You'll be more competitive at Bahrain because the AI are really quick around Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, so they didn't do... Yeah, they haven't sorted out the flag stuff. I'm not too fussed about that. I just wanted the cars to look a bit different and to at least have the new drivers in it. I'm not too fussed about the little stuff like flags and things like that. That's the sort of stuff that would trigger loose, though.
Did they edit like the car performance of or driver performance?
I doubt it. The car performance I don't know because I'm in career mode, so obviously the car performance is based on career progression. Yep. So I don't know. Probably not, if I had to guess. Raikkonen, yeah, it definitely is the coolest name in the sport. Kimi Raikkonen. I'd agree with that for sure. Jordan King there in the manor. Halo had a shocker. He started 5th and he's finished 13th. What happened to Van Dorn? Van Dorn 11th. Constructors-wise, well, that retirement for Nico really hurt us. Friggin' Force India second in the championship. We're already 33 points behind Mercedes. This is a joke.
That's right, I've got Sauber, the third best car in my current season. I'm leading the race and Marcus Ericsson's like 14th.
Oh, I've got enough points for an upgrade. Close rivalry with Valtteri. Triggered. Yeah, I used one after I got binned by the AI. Alright, research and development. I'm gonna spend these points and I'm gonna get the engine upgrade.
You spent, oh my god, you wasted upgrades on fuel? What are you doing?
Oh, that was early on in the career before I actually realized I was such small increments.
They don't affect, it doesn't affect anything. I think, mate, there's only one track, and I think Baku, like, that's like the only track where that actually affects anything, because like everywhere else you don't burn it enough.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'd believe that. Oops. But what really hurt us there was qualifying. So it did make Q3, but only got P8, which was probably not so good. Now we're off to Bahrain. So if what Luce said is correct, then this will probably be a better race for us.
It should be.
Disconnect the charger from my headset. Bump. All right. Is old mate gonna? Here he is. Hello, mate.
We got some upgrades for you, Brads.
What I liked is when he walked up to me in Melbourne and he was like, "Oh, we got some upgrades." It's like it's a new season. I bloody hope so. Like, oh, the car's actually gone backwards from last year. Fantastic. Just
Mate,
that's
we've rolled
great.
out the 2014 car.
Have a look at it. See what you think. Well, I think it's trash. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mate, we haven't got a second on the field. What is this?
So what did we do? So we got 10th last year in Australia, so we've halved that. So I'd be hoping to be on the podium here in Bahrain.
You gotta pronounce it right, Weeby. Come on.
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
The Kingdom of Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Oh yeah. The FOM intro. So much better. So much better than the game intro.
The magnificent Bahrain International Circuit sits majestically in the desert, situated just 30 kilometers from the capital, Manama. Welcome to the
Manama?
Bahrain
Isn't it
Grand Prix,
Manama?
where practice is about to get underway.
Manama. Banana.
A warm welcome once
Banana.
again.
Isn't it actually Myanmar?
The commentary box for this session,
I don't know.
Anthony
Burma.
Hello, Ant.
Yeah, absolutely. I always
Manama.
look forward to seeing the cars get out there on track. They probably won't be on the limit immediately, of course.
Oh, there's Kevin Magnussen / Nico Rosberg. Nico Hulkenberg.
Work on new aerodynamic packages, so that always takes some time to get into. But it'll be really interesting to see later on in the session what kind of performance.
I'm Fernando
packages
Alonso.
they're
I
putting out.
wish to fight for the chocolate chip.
Well, they qualified really high in the first race, so yeah.
Had a chat with Chris about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement. So give
With
it a
any
try.
luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement. So give it a try. Ah, the car is terrible.
Completely destroyed.
The car is completely destroyed. What's this one? Renault Bahrain 001. That sounds like the kind of thing that I would name. There's a Ferrari setup. GP2 engine. Ah! Alright, so let's do track acclimatization. What I can say honestly is that with the you know, you can feel that the car is better. Like I can feel that the Renault is so much better than it was. like with the upgrades. Just hope I can show it here. Yeah, I know, Sunraku. It looks weird, doesn't it? Getting so used to the 2017 cars that, yeah, it's strange. Oh, well, that's straight to purple, so let's go back to the garage.
Car hold.
Ooh, la-dee-da, Mr. Frenchman. Tyre management. Let's roll. Be funny if it was like, oh, the weather's going to change. Oh, what's going to happen? It's going to go from hot and dusty to just dusty.
The Shamar's going to roll in. Dust storm. Darude starts playing.
I was just going to make a Darude joke. I'm sorry to the stream for that. I'm very sorry.
I'm not. Do it again. In fact, here's a challenge for you. You have to do what you know. Try and play Darude on a qualifying lap.
Challenge not accepted, mate. It's not gonna happen.
Oh my god, soft.
Not Kimmy.
That can't be real, that. Bomb in season 2. Just no, surely not.
Yes. And you too.
And he likes pineapple juice.
Oh, that doesn't hurt tyre life that bad. All the drivers do that F1 2016. Oh, dear.
Come on, mate.
You know, I locked up the unweighted tyre into the into that tight left-hander where everyone locks up all of the time, and it like took half my tyre life off.
This is a Codemasters game where we come on, mate. We can't expect any semblance of realism.
Can't be 3 seconds lap slower than your teammate.
Can't have the cars with realistic lap times around the circuit. They've always got to be 3 seconds slower.
Pace is good, and tyre wear was okay on the last lap.
In fact, I might download this 2017.
It's okay. I think there might be a problem with the Williams livery.
Do I have to manually install it or is it done by Etsy?
You just manually just copy the files and place them over the top.
Yeah, well that's alright, I'll just leave them with the Williams livery. I won't have to do the Sauber because I've already got that one.
It's not a bad idea. You could probably get high-res liveries from modern liveries. But it is nice to have the new drivers in there. There is one thing I would think we'd mind if they didn't keep for F127 would be the tyre wear test. Yeah, I agree.
If they kept it.
If they didn't keep it.
It's if they do keep it, it needs to be tweaked.
I want them to add pre-season testing. You earn points through pre-season testing. Go low.
Yeah. This version of the 2017 mod isn't very good. The Sauber is pretty much the same livery as 2016 one, except they put white on the sides. Oh no, this can't be the one you're using. It can't be. It's too bad.
I can link you to it afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, look, there's an image of Seb and Lewis there. They're both smiling. That ain't happening now.
That was before Baku welcomed all. Well done, Baku. Hashtag well done, Ricardo, for referencing that.
What a champ.
Ricardo strikes me as the kind of guy who could, like, lurk on Reddit. Or shitpost on Reddit.
Yeah, he definitely shitpost.
While I'm waiting to finish off this tyre test, we've got a couple of viewers. We could have a quick discussion. What do you think about Hamilton not being penalised for the Grosjean thing?
Seen him give him for less, that's all I'll say.
I think it's a twofold issue, which is A, do you think it warrants a penalty in isolation? And B, how inconsistent are the stewards?
Well, we've known about how consistent the stewards are. For years now, they've been extremely inconsistent, and it's frustrating. They need to get rid of like those guest stewards they bring in like every round.
Yeah.
Have a set group of guys that are going to apply everything consistently.
Well, I think the normal, like the base set are the same every race. It's just they bring in a guest head steward.
Well, they can stop doing that.
Downshift. At least you're honest, Raku.
What do you say?
Said he can't comment on it because he's too biased against Hamilton.
Oh, I'm trying to be as least biased as possible. Like, I've seen incidents like that in the past get given, and so going by precedent, like it should have been a penalty.
Hey, Lucky. The question was what we thought of the let me navigate the last corner here. There we go. What we thought of the lack of penalty for Hamilton in the Grosjean incident. Whether you thought it warranted one, or whether you thought the right decision was made. I'd have no problem with them not awarding a penalty for that, as long as that's the way everybody gets treated. But I think that both... Just let me take turn 4. I think both Grosjean and Gunther Steiner had a point when they said that if it had been the other way around, and the driver behind had been Hamilton, and the driver in front had been Grosjean, it was probably a penalty.
I have no doubt about it. It's like that. No doubt. And then what annoys me is that you just go on like you click the comments on like after it happened on the Facebook, the Formula 1 Facebook page when Grosjean was speaking about it, and people were just like, oh, it doesn't matter because you qualified 8th, or you would have only moved up one spot. That doesn't matter. It still held him up, and it's still in the rules. You can't hold someone up when they're on a lap.
Yeah, you can't also say, oh, it only cost you one spot, because that could be the difference between front row and pole.
Well, and it could also mean the difference between getting through turn 1 safely or getting rear-ended by someone.
Let me just pause here because I know there's a lot of comments. So it feels like the stewards are afraid of affecting the championship, so they give less penalty guide in front. Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Sven Nudso says that Vettel should have been DQ'd in Baku. If he had have been disqualified, I actually wouldn't have had a problem with that. Yeah, I guess it does balance out, and that's the thing. As I said, I've got no problem with them deciding that what Hamilton didn't warrant a penalty. I don't think that it affected Grosjean that much, but as long as it doesn't warrant a penalty every time it happens, no matter who the driver is. So it has to be that decision all the time. And if it's consistently decided like that, then that's fine. So I think it's a multi-tiered thing, where it's like, it was borderline whether it warranted a penalty or not. But whatever decision they make has to be the consistent decision made on all incidents like that. And championship position or championship potential should not be a factor in how the decision is made. That's my position on it. So I think if it had, like Steiner and Grosjean himself said, that if it had been the other way around, it probably would have been a penalty. And I think that's true. And I've got no problem either way if they issue penalties. I actually don't like lots of penalties, but at the same time, all the drivers have a right to qualify, and as long as the rules are applied consistently, then it's fine. I hope that makes sense. I'm rambling a little bit, trying to complete this tyre test.
Well, that's all everybody wants in all sports that are officiated. They just want consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, stewards, especially this year, I don't think they've been very consistent with a lot of the stuff. Like how Bottas escaped penalty in Baku, I'm still bewildered, but he got away with, ruining someone's race.
Yeah, but Ocon and Perez wasn't penalised either, so at least that was consistent. I mean, I know they're less likely to penalise intra-team accidents, but...
Yeah, they made consistently bad decisions.
I felt that Bottas probably deserved a penalty at Baku for what he did to Raikkonen, mainly because of what it did to Kimi's race, like it wrecked Kimi's race.
But it could have easily been avoided, and it was just reckless.
Yeah, for sure.
He just sent it up he sent it up the inside, and he would have struggled to make the corner. And obviously, Kimi gave him a little bit of room, and he still ran into him, and then wrecked his car.
Yeah, in fact, I don't see much difference between what happened between them at Baku and what happened between them at Mexico. Sorry, at Russia.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was the other way around.
And Kimi got penalised for that, didn't he?
Yeah, Kimi got smacked and pulled at a post for that.
It was a bad move.
Yeah, it was a bad move. But it's a bad move no matter who makes it. So,
yeah.
As I said, whoever makes it. Alright, I'll go back to the garage now. I've completed that program. The other thing is, and Sonraku's beaten me to this, is he didn't like Toto's comments after the session, and I agree wholeheartedly with that. Toto Wolff wants to take a good hard look at himself for what he said about Grosjean after that session.
What did he say? I haven't heard it.
He said that Grosjean doesn't have a right to complain based on his history.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and
history shouldn't matter in isolated incidents.
Of course not. And Grosjean served his dues. You know, he served a race ban in 2012. Like, what's he? You know,
which in itself, that is a harsh penalty in the modern day.
Yeah, Boya Nation YT, how's it going, man? Yeah, it was a very harsh penalty for what happened in 2012. There's not much difference between Grosjean and what he's doing in 2012 and what Max was doing last year, for example. I mean, Max wasn't doing under braking into turn 1, but, you know, moving under brakes, and the sort of incidents that Kvyat's had. But, you know, there was a building case against Grosjean, and it ended up crescendoing, and he served the race ban after Spa. But his past things don't change the fact that if he got walked by Hamilton, then that's not fair. That's cool, man. What was the I mean, obviously it's probably a very, very pro Hamilton nation there. What was the feeling at Silverstone after the investigation with Grosjean and then the subsequent clearing? And let me just say that before I'll just pause before I start this lap. It must be really cool to be there, and the atmosphere there with Hamilton on pole, and so emphatically on pole as well, must be really, really cool. So yeah, I'm jealous of the fact that you're there.
Vettel got booed. Yeah, that's no surprise.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised that Seb got booed. Yeah, I've been at the Australian Grand Prix a few times. You know, with Mark Webber and with Daniel Ricciardo as well. I know how that feels, but it's obviously amplified in the UK because, you know, the Brits take Formula One far much more seriously than what the Australians do. And obviously Hamilton's in contention for a championship. He's had some bad races. So yeah, it was really cool. I heard the cheer of the crowd, and it was just awesome. And no matter what you think of Hamilton, like, it's a really cool thing for the sport, you know, for him to emphatically get pole. And he deserved pole yesterday, regardless of anything that happened with Grosjean. He was just immensely quick. So yeah, it must be really cool to be there for that. Oh, well, I've purpled the program in qualifying. And it wasn't even a very good lap. It's at a club, so good seats, but I'm not really interested in the Porsche race, etc. That's why I'm just chilling in my tent. Yeah, I don't blame you. When Formula One's the main dish, everything else sort of seems like it's not really worth your time, kind of thing. As I said, it's the same deal when you go to any other Grand Prix. But that's cool. And Sunraku agreed, like it was... wait for this guy to shut up. Yeah, to see Alo go P1 in Q1 was hilarious. And it was cool because, you know, the cheer that came around from the crowd there as well was pretty awesome. And that's the first time he's topped a session since Singapore 2014. So yeah, it was good. It was a shame he didn't make Q3. I think that if he wasn't taking such a big penalty, he probably would have pushed it a bit harder. And Van Dorn made it, so I think Alo would have made it for sure. Mainly because they're batshit crazy Boya Nation. F2 and GP3. Those guys are just a little bit insane.
A little bit.
Yes. I've done a 33.128 with an estimated pole time of a 33.177. Well done. Alright, so that will conclude our practice session. Advance to quali.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. A Renault, Rosberg, and Lewis
Renault.
Hamilton. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
My Twitter, I'll type it into the chat for you so you can see it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. Don't need to listen to voicemail. I've got a backlog of them. I think that's it actually, or is it different than that? I need to quickly check now. You've got me questioning myself. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright. Let's just get to this qualifying session and have a go. Awesome, thanks man, appreciate that.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope
I'm not
you're
ready.
as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximizing.
Yeah,
top
career
speed.
mode. Yeah, so this is my second
Simply
season.
remove as much downforce as possible. Hang on in on the
So I'd done the
corners
first
and
season for
max
Renault.
out
I
the
finished, I
straights.
think, sixth in the
Top speed is a key
fifth or
factor
sixth
for
in the
this
championship.
circuit.
Can't even remember now.
If you can achieve the same lap time
And
as
so we're
someone
into the
running
second
next to
season
you,
now.
chances are you'll find overtaking
We've got to the Renault to be the
difficult
second
if you
best
have too
car,
much
and then
traffic.
as you've probably noticed, I've got a 2017 mod installed that just updates the drivers and the liveries.
This session, we should have the pace to qualify easily.
What's my tyre situation? See if we can get through on the soft. Get some fuel out. Yeah, I saw that, Senraku. It's yeah, JV's been pretty harsh on Stroll at the start, and yes, Boy Nation on PC for sure. PC Master Race. All right, I think we're golden. Let's do this.
That's alright, Williams can complain all they want about JV and his comments, but he's their last world champion.
You're not bitter at all, are you, Liz?
No, I mean, they just need to realise that, you know, he's been right on some of his comments. Stoll hasn't, his first half of the season hasn't been great.
Oh, we're going to end up in fisticuffs here, Boy Nation, saying stuff like that.
Oh, nah, PS4's alright, could be worse, could be Xbox.
Hey. I only own it for one game. F1 20, no.
COD.
Yes, definitely COD.
Yeah, I knew it.
I'm pretty sure Modern Warfare 2 was the last COD I played. Yeah, I've only got an Xbox because of Halo, and that's it. side of that curve. That way much more grip than I was expecting.
You moved up to P3.
Just like me on that one lap in iRacing on Friday.
At least you didn't hit the bump and kill yourself.
Nah, program crashed and did that for me.
Alright, so how did we go? What are we? P4 with a purple first sector. I think that's going to be enough to get us through, even though we're on the soft. Hey. Oh, look out. He's coming from both sides now. He's like a team. Oh yeah, we're going to easily make it through. Although Hulkenberg has gone fastest. So maybe the Renault's a pretty good car around here. But we've made it through on the soft. That's good. See, if I was really ambitious, I would have held the soft over for Q2 and then tried to start the race on it. But, yeah, no.
But you're not having a crack. So.
There's a program I use called Restream. Boya Nation. If you actually look in the description of the stream on YouTube, it'll tell you what it's called. It's restream.io. It works pretty good. The only thing I don't like is I can't change the description on the stream on YouTube. I mean, I guess I could go in there and edit it after the stream starts, but you know, I'm lazy and stuff. All right, let's have a go here. Yeah, so basically I stream to Restream.io and then it distributes it to Twitch and to YouTube. Yeah, man, it's good. I can't complain, and it's got a they got a chat app that allows me to see the chat from both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and it works on a whole bunch of other platforms as well. Man, that's awesome. Well done. That's great. Doing much better than me. Yeah, I can believe that. I didn't want third, and I've had a bad exit. That'll cost me time, but hopefully it's enough to get through. Oh, there we go. How long have I streamed for? Oh, not that long. I started doing it a little bit earlier in the year. And yeah, and then I stopped for a while because my computer couldn't really handle doing good quality video or good quality stream and gaming at the same time. And then last month I upgraded my computer, and then since then I've been back on here and doing it. But it's been a bit sporadic. I don't stream as often as I should, but we've started doing a podcast after every Grand Prix. So that's made that a little bit more regular too. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not going to complain. I mean, I'm not here to build up a bulk of followers anyway. I'm just here to have fun and hopefully give people a laugh and have a laugh with people at the same time. Alright, so it looks like we're probably pretty safe. So we'll just take this to the end. I know your pain, Senraku. I think I was saying before that I spent most of the weekend hard at work. So here on Sunday evening in Australia, it's the first opportunity I've had over the whole weekend to really sit down and play some games. Hulkenberg 4th, but yes, we were fastest in Q2. Could we get pole position here? I think I've only got pole position once so far in my career. If I've got it at all. I don't know now. Maybe at Austria. I think Austria last year. Didn't I lose? I got pole, I think. Changeable conditions.
Maybe, I can't remember. It's been a long time since you did Austria.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe Monaco?
No, I didn't get pole at Monaco. That definitely didn't happen.
I could get pole in a manner around there.
Bernard, Jess, yes, you're right. It's the mod that I've got that upgraded the 2017 doesn't change the flags in the standings. Yeah, man, I feel you, Senraku. Don't worry. I've got a full-time job plus I run my own business. So at the same time, so I know what it's like to be busy. Don't worry. Senraku's a good dude, Boya Nation. He's a good guy. Comes on, keeps me company when I'm having bad races. Trolls me when I'm having, when I keep getting crashed into by the AI. It's good. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get pole position.
Pole position or bust.
Oh. No worries, man. Enjoy your day. I hope you have fun, and I'll be tuning in to watch the race for sure.
Go, Kimmy.
I want supporting you in that, Liz. I'm sorry.
No, I don't care. They don't have to.
I hope I left myself a big enough gap to this McLaren. I'm going to lose time behind Alo.
Just put him in the wall, mate.
Definitely compromised me through the last corner. But I've still gone fastest. So let's go back to the garage. Who is my favourite F1 driver? That is a terrific question, Benantis. So it used to be Jean Alesi, yes.
Jean.
And then it was Giancarlo Fisichella, and then since Fisi retired, I haven't really had one. But
no, that is a lie. That is a lie. You fangirl over Fernando Alonso every time you get a chance to.
You did not give me a chance to finish what I was going to say. So what I was going to say was that nowadays I do tend to follow Fernando Alonso. I think that he's a boss driver, and it's easy to follow the underdog as well. And I also obviously follow Daniel Ricciardo because, as an Australian, he's my countryman, and I just honestly think even if I was from Timbuktu, I'd like him because he's just a cool guy who seems to enjoy being in F1. So, but as for you, Luce, you go for the perennial underperformer. Mister, I'll get the fastest lap on the penultimate lap of the race and finish P4.
And I also supported the most successful Formula 1 driver of all time, so you can just deal.
You're a bandwagon jumper.
No, I supported Ferrari at the time.
Bandwagon. No, I'm kidding.
Schumi left and Kimi took your spot. It was logical.
I am currently half a second faster than the field. I don't think I'm going to need to do a second run here. I reckon my first pole position might be just about in the bag.
Nick Minute, P10.
There it is, first pole position. He's done it.
The excitement of qualifying,
I didn't even go back out on track after my first run.
And Lewis Hamilton. Goodbye for now then, but
the German Valtteri Bottas, second place.
For lights out tomorrow.
Yes, so yeah, I do go for Ricciardo, but also Alo. I'm not really big on the patriotism stuff. I just think Ricciardo's a genuinely nice guy, and I enjoy it when he wins. Yeah, I think everyone likes Ricciardo.
Oh, come on, there'd be someone out there that doesn't like him for some reason or another.
I think there's a deranged person out there who probably doesn't like Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
But, thankfully, I'm not one of them. Ricciardo's just a top dude, I think. I think he's just a real nice, likeable kind of guy.
He's probably the most likeable guy F1's ever had.
Yeah.
It's a big call, but I reckon he probably would be.
Certainly of the drivers I've seen in the many years I've followed the sport, that's true. But yeah, it's tough to say. Look at that first sector. It had half a second on Bottas in the first sector. Bizarre. Alright. Don't need to listen to the voicemail. They're going to be like, we expect you to win the race. Yes, and I think that's the right way to watch it. I don't think there's much to be gained from being hyper invested into favorite drivers and the like. I think I just like to see good racing and you know, good likable drivers. But I'm like you, Hamilton pushes my buttons a little bit. Like in terms of, you know, some of the stuff he says and the way he carries on sometimes. Most times. Pretty much all times. For example, the F1 Live thing, I don't understand how he could be the only driver who didn't go. And he's been the one who's been pushing for it all of this time. And it was in his home country. So I don't know. I just find it a bit bizarre sometimes. He seems so likable on occasions, and then sometimes he does something and he just like, oh, dude, just, you didn't have to do that.
15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and 2 DRS zones will help with that as well. It could be a strategic race, this one.
I've got a fair bit of F1 stuff, actually. I've got McLaren jacket. I've got some old Renault stuff that I got from Fissy. I've got some Williams gear from the late 90s. Sorry, not late 90s, early 2000s, I should say. Look at that, Renault on pole.
What is it, 2006?
Yeah, mate. Why can't they give me the mild 7 livery? There I am, looking fit as a fiddle. The games represent me really well, really well.
Didn't you have a cigarette in your mouth?
Mate, I don't smoke.
Pack of mild 7s, mate.
Oh, jeez.
I
ain't smoke, mate. What gives you that idea?
In pole position then, and Nico Rosberg completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Kevin Magnussen, and Vettel, Ricciardo, Alonso, Raikkonen, and Carlos
Bottas, he looks so happy to be here.
Perez, Felipe Massa, and Kvyat, Bottas, Gutierrez, Roman Grosjean, and Nico Hulkenberg, Haryanto, and Nasser, Marcus Ericsson.
Kimi looks like he's just got out of bed.
Completes the grid.
Yeah.
Kvyat's like the only one. Oh, and Magnussen, they're the only ones that look sort of happy.
Yeah, mate. Alright, let's have a look at the strat. Oh, there's not much more to be done than that. Oh, let's just do it. Let's roll. Keep forgetting to turn off the formation lap. I don't want to do it anymore. Seems like a waste of time.
Can't you just skip it?
Yeah, that's what I do. Here we go. Lights go out. Oh, I've been rammed into from behind. Get them to a Hamilton. I guess I might have catted it a little bit into turn 1, but still got driven into pretty hard. Someone was in the pit straight away.
Yeah, the guy that hit one of the Mercedes, it was Bottas. He damaged his front wing at the start. He's the one that hit
Clumsy. Like a torpedo.
Well, he does like causing accidents in turn 1.
Or 2. Hamilton and I are scampering away from the field. Nico's in 3rd. Medium traction control bunches, and then that's it. At least I think I've got medium TC turned on. That's the only one I use.
I was doing time trial laps the other day without it, and oh my god, the game's just not fun.
Yeah, the main reason I use it is because it just makes the game more fun to drive like that. I play plenty of sims where I don't use TC, like iRacing and R Factor and Project Cars and all these things. Well, Project Cars isn't a sim, but anyway. But this game is more fun with medium TC. Otherwise, it's just just not enjoyable. The cars aren't enjoyable to drive without it. Yeah, I'm the same, Sunraku. Exactly the same.
Especially this, like, it's weird. I can come from a sim like iRacing or R Factor and run fine without it, and then you get to games like
Current, yep,
like this, and in Grid Autosport, and it's just they over-exaggerate the amount of car slide and traction issues that they have.
Yeah. if he's true to form, it'll be lap 1. But seriously, I hope he has a good race. It's a bit frustrating to watch Max having such a bad run. I know Luce probably doesn't agree because he doesn't like him, but he's a good driver and
extremely talented. He's done dubious things on a racetrack.
yeah, fair enough.
Certainly one of the top 5 talents that's ever graced Formula 1, I reckon.
Jeez, that is a big call.
Well, to do what he's done at his age.
Oh, I don't disagree, but yeah, big call.
Like, trying to think, you put, obviously, I have him in there, you have Senna,
Yep.
Prost, Schumacher, and then I'd have to think a bit.
Yeah.
Possibly Lewis.
Possibly. I was amused by him not making one lap in front of the Orange Sea last week, but I feel bad for him at this point. Yeah, I'm the same.
It's just a learning experience for him. Obviously, he's been pretty lucky with what he's had so far in Formula 1, and then obviously this year's just not gone right with the car failing on him all the time.
11.3 seconds.
Yeah, so I'll pause the game at this point so I can talk properly. Yeah, I support Max to the most because I'm Dutch, but it's so frustrating seeing him retire all the time. Yeah, it does. And it must be really galling for him to see Ricciardo having such a good run of results, like 5 podiums in a run, and to also get a race win. At the same time, Max can't finish a race, and you know the vast amount of time it's been out of his control. In fact, I think all of it has been out of his control. So, yeah, I just hope he gets a good result. I don't like seeing drivers have a bad run, and you know his results this season haven't been representative. But I just think that with this season's grid, that I don't recall a grid where there's been such good talent in cars that don't have a chance at the championship. Like it's. If you think of the Red Bull drivers, both of them are definitely World Championship material. You know, and you think of obviously Alonso, you know, with being in the McLaren, and you know, there's a lot of guys out there who.
Hulkenberg's another potential championship winner if you got the right car.
Yeah,
or
I agree.
Race winner at least.
I agree with that. And you got Kubica in the wings. I mean, Kubica could make a comeback depending on how well he could go. Yeah, it's a good thing for Formula 1, but it's also bad that there's really only 2 cars that are in with a chance. I really hope that Red Bull can step up and really start challenging in the back part of the year.
Well, there's 3 cars, 2
Yes.
teams.
Yes.
It's depressing. It's very depressing.
Kimi is a roadblock. There's no doubt about that. The thing is that I think Kimi has still got it in him, but he just doesn't do it.
Nah, I don't think it's there anymore.
You need to pit in this lap.
You just can't drive through the issues that he has. Or the tyres just don't suit him, or the braking. It's just something's always there that just you can't get the grips with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Sunroku. But I think I would like to see Kimi at least win one more race in his career. I think that would be cool.
Hey, come on! He's not a roadblock because he didn't block Bottas at Austria.
Oh, he's not Perez. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
So, Tornstra 28. Yeah, welcome to the stream, man. He doesn't have the motivation like Vettel has. Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's always been a criticism that Kimi's had to live through his whole career.
Not his whole career. I think he was just broken after 2005.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in 2007 when he won the championship, De Montezemolo was getting really, really stuck into him at France. About him not being the Kimi that everybody feared, about not really being committed.
Yeah, he was also like that because De Montezemolo sacked Schumacher to get Raikkonen. So it was his head on the block.
Yeah. It's good to have as a second driver, but it would be nice if he pushed more. I agree, because he's going to cost Ferrari badly in the Constructors' Championship. Like, they could well win the Drivers' Championship this year with Seb, obviously. I mean, he's leading it at the moment. But they'll lose the Constructors on the back of the fact that Bottas is doing a better job than Raikkonen. And look, Kimi's been a bit unlucky. He's had he's got a DNF and had some problems, but he's just not up to speed. He's not up to Vettel's pace. And it shows, like, it shows really bad.
Okay, the gap behind is 0.9 seconds. There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3 for long with that much, but
Who do you think would... I hope Ferrari finds some pace. They haven't topped the session since like Monaco. Feels like Merck have gotten ahead. Agreed. Who do you think is a good replacement for Kimi? And Seb and Kimi are the same as Hulkenberg and Palmer. Oh, I don't think it's quite that bad.
I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far, but your point's well taken. A good replacement for Kimi. Well,
Sainz.
Yeah. Any one of Sainz, Verstappen or Ricciardo would be a good replacement for Kimi. But it depends on what Ferrari wants. Do they want a driver who's going to push Seb or support Seb? That's what it comes down to. Because if you want to push Seb, yeah, Sainz, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Alonso, obviously. But if you don't want to challenge Seb, then Perez.
Nah, I wouldn't get Perez in that car. He'll run into him.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that would be very interesting. I don't think it's going to happen. But, I would love to see it. I'd love to see him at Ferrari or Mercedes, to be honest. Teaming up with Seb or Lewis would be just great to see. But you can understand why the teams would be reticent to do something like that.
He's burnt too many bridges at Ferrari, so...
Grosjean? I don't know. I wouldn't. Not Grosjean. In fact, I'd sooner go Magnussen than I would Grosjean. If I was Ferrari.
Yeah, he's had a good year this year, even if he has been a bit unlucky.
Yeah, I think that Grosjean hasn't painted himself in glory at Haas, and this year Magnussen's looked faster.
It's certainly more consistent.
Yeah. He's had more mechanical problems than Grosjean. You would say Ocon? I'd agree with that.
But he's under contract.
Yes, he is.
Mercedes and stuff. Leclerc's he'll probably get a seat somewhere next year.
Probably
I'd have to
has.
assume.
Probably has. Although Giovinazzi will be pushing for a seat.
Did he drive? He did Friday for them this weekend, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And he's obviously got a couple of races under his belt at Sauber. I would say Ocon actually don't think Sainz can handle the pressure. So many stupid mistakes last couple of races. Yeah, Sainz is overdriving, there's no doubt about that. But he is immensely quick. Don't think for a second that he is not fast. He is very, very fast. He is every bit as fast as Verstappen and Ricciardo. For me, you might be prone to overdriving, but he's very quick, and teams know it too. Don't worry. So
I think what you've got to take into account when you see talented people like Sainz and a car like a Toro Rosso is that they're trying to get as much out of it as they can, and they're taking risks that if they're in a faster car they wouldn't take.
yeah.
Gap to our teammate is 24.7 seconds.
Yeah, Leclerc will come in and do a he'll do a long apprenticeship somewhere before he gets given the reins of a Ferrari. He'll go down the same path that Jules Bianchi was on, and he'll do that via Haas. So Haas may very well promote Magnussen or Grosjean into the Ferrari seat. To support Seb in championships, but it depends on what Ferrari want to do, because if they do that, they're going to lose relentless Constructors' Championships to Mercedes. Like, as long as they're closely matched, superior driver lineup will get the job done. So if they're closely matched with Mercedes, Hamilton and Bottas will be a superior driver lineup. And obviously at Red Bull, if you've got Ricciardo and Verstappen, that's probably the best driver lineup on the grid. So
Oh my god, me and Lewis Hamilton have both been killed in Russia.
you see, but I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure that Kimi's better than Magnussen and Grosjean. Like, you don't really know until they're in the same car. But the gap between he and Seb is so large, the way things have been going, that you can't fundamentally say that he's better. I don't know how you feel about that, Luce, but...
What the hell? Yeah, it's tough to say. Obviously, just about every session or qualifying session, when he gets out qualified by Seb, it's by 0.5, 0.6.
Like, fair enough, yeah, he out-qualified Seb last night, and fair dues to him. I know Seb said he had traffic at the start of his lap, but the way his races have been going, he's been finishing, you know, half a minute off Sebastian.
Yeah.
So, do you think that in the same car, Seb is half a minute better than Magnussen and Grosjean? And that's actually a really, really tough thing to quantify until they're in the same car. I mean, the gap between Seb and Hamilton, Seb and, let's take this last corner, between Seb and Kimi is bigger than the gap that was ever between Rosberg and Hamilton, for example. But not as big as the gap as there was between Kimi and Fernando, for example. So, or Alonso and Massa, for that matter. The gap was always bigger with those guys. So, yeah, it's a really tough thing to quantify until they're in the same car. But it's all going to come down to what Ferrari's priorities are. If they want to win the Constructors, they should hunt one of the Red Bull drivers. One of the three. be it Ricardo, Verstappen, or Sainz.
You keep chucking money at all three of them and see which one, you know, Red Bull give up. Because one of them will buy.
Red Bull will have no choice sooner or later but to part ways with one of them. But I don't think Grosjean or Magnussen will be on the same level as Vettel's on. No, but I don't think. Yeah, I'm not suggesting that they be on the same level as Seb, but would they be as far behind Seb as what Kimi is? Because what Ferrari desperately need is somebody who performs on the same level as Bottas, who probably across the season probably won't challenge Hamilton, but you know, they want to win the constructors. They need somebody who's as fast as Bottas.
They need someone that can pick up a win every now and again.
Yeah. Alright, so I think the current situation is that I have food waiting for me because it is 7:30 of an evening here. So what I'm going to do here is pause the stream. It's a shame because we're having a good discussion about drivers at the moment, and we'll resume here in probably about 40 minutes time and finish off this Bahrain race, and whoever wants to come back around and chat F1 and the like. But yeah, thanks everyone for the chat, and hopefully you can jump back on once the stream restarts, and we'll finish off this race that we're in. But yeah, thanks everybody for participating, and we'll be back soon.